Hello and welcome to the Workouts for Older Men podcast. I am Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are joining me today. Our continual journey, just you and me, men a little bit older. Health first, health first, health first. Even though we want to look good, we want to build that muscle, lose that body fat, get the confidence that comes with it, not just in the gym. I hope I'm bringing you certainty and confidence when you work out. You're understanding a lot more. You're understanding what you need to do, what you don't need to do when it comes to eating to look great. Get the confidence in the gym. Get the confidence in life. We need that as we're going through this journey of life, going through our bumps and bruises. All right. So we want to look good. We want to get those things, but health first, health first, health first. I can't emphasize that enough, no matter how much weight you see me lifting in the gym, and make sure you're on all my social media platforms as I'm posting my workouts. I don't care how much weight I'm lifting. I don't care how big my muscles are or how flat my stomach is. I want to emphasize we're doing this for health. Let's make sure that's a priority, because I'll tell you this, if you don't have your health, all of your other problems in life, all your worries will seem insignificant. But you know what's ironic, though? If you don't have your health, all of your challenges in life, all your problems will also be magnified because you're compromised to even deal with them. Right? So health first, health first, health first. Right? In this podcast, I want to talk about overtraining, the truth about overtraining for older men. Right? Overtraining, what that means is you're doing all the work, you're following through, you took that leap of faith with your program, you're listening to what I'm saying, you're doing it consistently, but you're just not producing the results. You're not building the muscle, losing the body fat. And is it because the amount of volume, how long you're exercising, how many sets you're doing, how many reps, maybe the weight you're lifting, how frequently you're training the muscle group, how frequently you're going to the gym, all that volume is having a negative impact on what you're trying to do: build muscle, lose body fat, be healthy and fit, right? Overtraining, right? So let's talk about overtraining, because there are a couple of definitions when it comes to overtraining. There isn't a universal term in this whole fitness world, right? So let me tell you what it isn't first, and then what it is, and most commonly for we as older men, right? So there's this misconception by the younger guys, the younger fitness influencers, all the people commenting. The vast, vast majority of the people giving information out there on the internet are much, much younger than you and I. From a much, much younger perspective, their values in life, how they're prioritizing their fitness, speaking what's important, what's not, are for a lot younger men, all right? And they are appealing to an audience that's for a lot younger men with those different values and priorities, what they think is important in life and what they don't. And that really has an impact on how the information's presented, what you may feel is important from what they're stressing, but what really is important. I want to give you that perspective. I was that guy a long time ago, and now I'm living the life that you probably lived 25 years ago with my young kids and all the responsibility, but I still want to be healthy and fit, right? So let me relieve your mind of what overtraining is not, okay? There's this impression that's communicated that, you can work hard. You're lifting that weight. You're going consistently. You're going to the gym like you said you should. You're doing a certain routine. How many sets, how many reps, how often should I train the body part? How many days a week should I work out? How long should my workouts be? You're working hard. You're following through as planned. But because that amount of work, of volume, of training that you've decided upon, it is actually making you go backwards. Not only are you not getting the gains, your body is going backwards. You're doing harm to your body. The net result is less because you're working out more. All right, so if you don't like the way you look in the mirror, maybe too much body fat, you can't see that muscle, let me tell you what it's not. It's not because you're overtraining, right? It's not because you're overtraining. So let me help you understand that If you do quote unquote too much work that maybe the younger guys would say you're overtraining, it's not going to make you go backwards. And I'm just using this example, like, I don't know, your arms, with all the work you've done, they should have been, and then you're starting at 15 inches, and with all that work you have been doing, it should have produced your arms be 16 inches. But because you did that amount of work, you did all that amount of effort, not are they just 15, they're now 14 inches. Right? So a lot of men kind of think that that's what overtraining is. That's how it's communicated a lot. You do that volume, you do that work, you push that set, progressively overload, getting better, showing up consistently. You eat in a manner that supports it. You may not be where you want to be because a lot of times that's your expectations. You don't know how the body works. You don't know how much muscle you really should be putting on, can put on, all right? How much body fat affects the way you look. How much, a man your size, he actually should weigh, because you might think he should weigh, I don't know, 200 pounds. And really, it should be a lot less to look the way you want, so it doesn't match the scale. So what you expect, your expectations of what this is going to produce, it's all wrong because you don't understand how it works, right? So, but if you're doing all that volume, you won't go backwards. If anything, what you're going to do is you're going to lower the intensity, how hard you train, what weight you'll actually pick up to do that set. You won't know it. You'll come up 1 rep, 2 reps short, maybe on every single set, because you have to pace yourself for what you've determined is a workout that's enough volume to build muscle, right? If you raise the intensity, if you did that 1 more rep, if you tried for 5 more pounds, you might find out that you can do half as much volume, half as much work, but the intensity, that 1 more rep, lifting the weight, pushing yourself, it could produce everything that you're doing in your long workout with more sets, more reps, more volume, more frequency, right? But you'll never know until you kind of understand that concept and push it. But for now, what you're doing is running a middle distance, a longer race, and you're pacing yourself. You may not know it, but you're going 5 pounds less, 1 less rep to make it through this entire workout that you've deemed, what you interpret is enough volume to build muscle. So if you paced yourself, all right, so you're not overtraining to go backwards, right? So that's it's very, in my mind, it's very, very difficult to overtrain. Most men don't in that context that I talk about, right? Because they unknowingly lighten up the volume, they pace themselves, and so they're not pushing it that hard. Okay, you never want to put so here's other definitions: overtraining, where you hurt yourself. You overtrained. I mean, I don't care if you're young, old, or somewhere in between. I don't care if you do a lot of volume of work or less volume of work, or full body workouts, or split routines, weight training, whether you work out at a gym, a commercial gym, or you work out at a home gym, or you're just using basic dumbbells and jump rope and a Bosu ball, whatever the exercise is, you never want to get hurt. You never want to, strain yourself, push yourself, bend over too much. I mean, men watch my workouts and then they say, I can't do that. I bent over rows. I'm thinking, you can't do a bent over row? Or is it the amount of weight that I'm using that you can't do? Because I certainly understand that, right? But you can just get a 45-pound bar and do a bent over row, right? You can't be too old to bend over. You want to bend over, you just don't want to lift as much weight as I do, right? So never want to strain yourself. You want to never do things that you can't do. Also at this age, a lot of joint pain, shoulders, hips, knees, okay? You don't want to overtrain that way. Just push your body too much. It can't do anymore. Maybe it's because you've been training for a long time. Maybe it was from your job. Whatever it is, we're all genetically different. You may have strained your back or something, picking up the kids 10 years ago and you never recovered. Whatever it is, right? You don't want to overtrain to hurt yourself or really aggravate some pre-existing conditions or create them. Okay, that's overtraining. Okay, part of overtraining. I think for the context that we're talking about is when you can get really ambitious and you can train more frequently. Even if, you're just using lighter weights, you know that you're not lifting up the heavier weights, but the next time you train the body part, it's always kind of sore. You never really feel fresh. There's lingering, not necessarily something just so painful or something so dramatic, but you just don't feel. You just feel a little fatigued, a little sore, and you're training that body part again. And you continually do that. You might think, hey, no pain, no gain. I feel like an athlete after my workouts back in high school. This kind of I had to keep on going, right? And in this world, this fitness world, building muscle and losing body fat, you don't need to do that. So in our context, I'm assuming you're healthy, right? Whatever volume you choose, if you're training so frequently that you're a little sore, and I don't mean hurt or injured, but you're a little sore, you can wait a couple days. More isn't necessarily better. Better is better. Hope you're getting that message loud and clear. Now it's just how to go about that. But better is better, not more frequently. And I know what that's like. In the pandemic, I went from my structured one body part training really with a lot of intensity that builds enough muscle, certainly maintain the muscle at this age. And I started doing like a full body workout, but every single day with light weights. So it was kind of athletic. It was kind of good. I felt like an athlete. Well, an athlete's got to train every single day, right? So I didn't necessarily do that. I'm not an athlete. I don't have to perform, my body daily function doesn't have to perform like an athlete. Kind of feels good that you can, right? But to build muscle and lose body fat, you don't need to train every single day. And so what happened after, a couple months doing that full body workout, like a very safe type of athletic type of CrossFit type workout without all the bumping and grinding of CrossFit, for the first time in 30 years, I started feeling soreness in my shoulders, and it was just use. It was just overtraining, right? So for us, if you're feeling sore, you should rest more so you can hit it hard. Again, more isn't better. And for us, that's what overtraining. You're sore. It's a little tender. Don't go through that feeling and feel you're an athlete. Don't feel empowered. No pain, no gain, and push through. Right? That's what's going to cause you problems. And I think for older men, for what we're trying to do, that's what overtraining would be. So those are the things to look for. So that's what overtraining is, and it's not. Let me just tell you, if you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see, I would say 100% of the time, it's not because you're overtraining. That's not it. I could tell you probably too much body fat, your expectations, what you should weigh doesn't match what you really should, what you weigh or what you want to weigh isn't what you should weigh. Got too much body fat. It's not revealing the muscle. It's not overtraining, right? If you want some help, reach out. I got this great $147 package. It's got great video information. It's got great audio information. Take you step by step, right? But the biggest value is you can talk to me one-on-one. I throw that in as a bonus. The call is recorded. I'm going to give you a coaching session. I mean, for a typical guy, I can say, tell me what you understand about nutrition. So I don't have to just give a whole generic seminar. I'll start from where you are right now. And then I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. The call is recorded in the future. Now, you got to follow through with that. Same thing with your training routine. You want to feel more certainty. Maybe you got that pretty much down. Line it out. Tell me what you do, and I can meet you where you are, and I can tweak it, right, if it's already pretty good, and at least give you more certainty and confidence that training routine will work. Just execute it. And again, what's the overall thing? How much is it because of your training routine? I would say most of it's going to be because of your diet. So we could break down that training, diet, move you forward. You have a recording, right? Also, send a picture to me. Just go to solutionswithskip.com. That'll take you over to the page, solutionswithskip.com. You'll read everything you'll get instant access into the videos and the audios, all the digital information, workout, exercise execution videos and everything like that. And then you're going to send me a picture so I can see where you are now. Whatever you feel comfortable with, because I'm going to meet you where you are now. Most productive hour coaching session with me. I don't farm this out. My conversation with the other coaches. So you're talking to me. All right. So you want to jump on that. Go to solutionswithskip.com. I've got it links all over if you go to my website. All right. So that's going to do it for this Workouts Roller Man podcast. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.